to make sure that none of your lanes can be really heavily pressured, and that's going to allow Z-Freak as well as the Rubik here, Mr. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot Hanskin's name. I'm the worst commentator ever. It's going to allow them to roam around a lot and make stuff happen. Z-Freak is going to run into Moo and get a little bit of some body block action going on. He's in trouble. He's actually going to have to take leap first, I think. Maybe. Maybe. Double back. Look at that.
I still got to take leap if he stops.
Oh, wow. Well, he got away.
Moo could have leveled up Infernal Blade and got first blood. 100%. But he decided it's more important for me to eat a creep early on. And it's debatable, right? Like, what would you rather have, first blood or the reliable creep? So we'll have to see how it works out. He defended at stack, so good for the DC side.
Yeah, a pretty great start already, and it does look like Rezo's going to come and try and contest Limp. Already taking the Dragon's Blood, so no chance at a tail to get that stun off, and with that we're going to end up seeing ET take the Bounty Rune as well. So across the board, fairly even. That does mean that Weehaw doesn't get one. The bear was over there trying to mess around with them a little bit, and a little bit frustrating, but certainly not the worst thing in the world.
He'll still have a nicely timed, soul ring here in the mid lane. It's against the Dragonite too, so it'll be easy for Weehaw to be in this lane. All he has to do is make sure he can last hit under the tower. That'll be his hardest task, but he's got a Quelling Blade, so it shouldn't be that hard.
I love this response too by Z-Freak here. He had to go for that leap first, as we talked about. Really frustrating, but as a team, Complexity said, all right, we're going to stick Swindles in the jungle for a little bit, let him get a couple of levels, and then we're going to end up making sure that Mirana is able to get off to a good start. Meanwhile, Rubik is going to head over here pulling. Again, a little bit unfortunate that that's the way it had to start, but they're making the best of it afterwards. So things going pretty well. Weehaw, again, as you said, shouldn't have too much of an issue, but the one thing that you have to be concerned about is we got a little bit of a pause coming, is Alchemist's ability to last hit in this matchup. It's kind of a frustrating one, just because of that damage reduction you get from the Breathe Fire. Yeah,
it's very annoying, but it's also annoying to stay under Acid Spray constantly for a Dragonite. And I can see a lot of where Dragonite should be able to get 1 or 2 denies. That's why you see it right now. Because he'll still come out on top.
You heard it, everybody. Go make a Reddit thread. It's time to happen. Please don't cut it. We need to stop complaining.
Can we just complain on a different platform?
There you go. That's what we do. I think just in-game audio. Or whatever it is. Yeah, I'm over it. It's fine. Saska, meanwhile, mid lane, continuing to be able to go and mess with Limp a little bit. That's one thing that they can do once he gets a couple more levels. With the CM Aura, you're going to be able to spam out spells a little bit more than you would otherwise.
CM's not the best synergy with Lone Druid. I guess you could say it's kind of useful for the Savage Roar and stuff to cap the mana up all the time, but there's no really big benefactor. I mean, the strength carries are always nice to benefit, but it's no like Storm in the game, no like Queen of Pain, heavy spammer abilities. I guess you could say Dragonite does spam a lot with his Breathe Fire, but
the Alchemist, yo.
I don't know why I was thinking Sam was on the other team. You're supposed to be helping me out here. Misery.
Sorry.
Gonna get the arrow to the face, but he got the haster in already, so he's gonna walk away from this. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking. For some reason he was gonna steal CM Aura maybe with the Rubik.
There it is.
No, he can't do that. No, he can't do that. Just saving it. Saving me. Done.
It's all good.
Well, lift up.
But you're gonna find this. I mean, he's a pretty tanky dude. He does have the net, and it's gonna get sort of whittled down a little bit. Moo is in a lot of trouble and doesn't pop Scorched Earth as of yet.
Yeah, that was. He could have popped Scorched Earth. Turned on Hanskin. Okay, meanwhile, Saska.
Well, looking for it. Swindles takes some damage from that. Z-Freak's going to be able to run him down and might end up being able to find this. Well, Moo's going to come back in and, oh god, you might need to leap away again in a buddy. He actually doesn't have it. Does have an arrow, though, and Moo's going to continue to chase him down. There's the net. Actually has a mango, but Scorched Earth isn't for another 7 seconds, and there's going to be the arrow drop. It's really actually close, and he's going to be able to run down Z-Freak potentially. Hanskin comes in, saves the day. Pretty well played there. He actually almost pushed him up onto the high ground. Would have been a little bit suspect.
Block him in. Plays almost real.
Hmm.
I wonder if you could actually block somebody in there. That'd be really cool. I know there's a lot of cliffs and stuff that were changed where you can't.
Like in behind the trees, potentially. This would have been the thought there. Well, we're still sitting at 0-0 as far as kills are concerned, but you can see already that Direside are taking kind of a bit of an advantage in terms of the CS front. Beastmaster, he literally hasn't come to lane yet. Like, Swindles, he's chilling in the jungle, just trying to get as much as he can there, and he's still 4th highest in terms of the CS. The changes to the board did not really end up doing all that much as far as his jungling potential.
No. And with Mirana rotating around the map, she still didn't stay bottom lane to get any holes, so Z-Freak kind of hurting on that, and maybe gonna force to leap away. Run away, kitty, run.
Well, Alk now in maybe a little bit of trouble if Handskin does happen to wrap around, but Soxa's gonna be there and spots him out, gives him a little, hey, how you doing? Thank you for your time, and now forces him back again. Again, it just seems like DC's heroes are just sort of punishing them across the map. You look here, Z-Freak is being pushed back to his tier 2 tower, and they're already going to be able to start to do the damage onto the tier 1.
Resolution going for A on Swindles. This is really early too, and it would have worked out if Swindles didn't go back to base. And it's not something you see normally. You wait till Clinks is level 6, rotate, but unfortunate, not going to find anybody.
We'll head in mid to see if he can make something happen as well. And Handskin is here, so this seems like it could be a little bit hard to make work. And as he ends up spotting the Rubik, he realizes he's not going to be able to do it, heads back home. This has allowed the CM to get some levels, which is always nice, up to level 4 at this point. But Swindle's going to rotate in, might be able to catch him here, and does not have his level 6 as of yet. So no luck as far as being able to run him down.
Someone's Hawk immediately gets blasted.
So how do you feel like each of these teams feel about the early game? Are DC getting as much as they would have wanted? Like, we talked about their draft being really solid, but as far as the CS is concerned, and also just the general laning stage, the experience is definitely starting to shift Complexity's way.
Without a doubt, I think this early game is in DC's favor. Not to say that Complexity aren't going to make moves. They have to make moves in the next time. Oh, are they going to get the bear? Give me that bear. Ah, the Savage Roar.
Sox is still running it down and might be able to find the kill. One more right click. Oh, easy 300 gold.
And the EXP. What the? Why didn't he just summon no 3D TP? But they're going to kill Moo here.
Nicely done. It was all a bait. First blood going their direction. That is going to be the TP out and away, as Elder Titan is not going to want to get caught over there. Meanwhile, things happening down here in the bottom lane. Resolution and Misery is going to start to get lifted back and are going to be able to get a quick and easy kill for it. Swindle's maybe going to go down himself, not going to be able to find it. Also caught there in the sentries, but not slowed down enough to find it. So we end up finding 2 quick kills by Complexity onto DC.
This is really good rotation coming in from Complexity, going for the top tower with the Dragon Knight and then bottom lane. They would have loved to kill, still top lane.
Yeah, they're starting to run down the barrel a little bit. Jesse's somewhat low, but Dragon Tail to back him off. And he talked about it, the mid-tier 1 is also taking some damage as Weehaw is already here and being able to level it against them. 3 heroes still in the bottom lane, man, just action all over the place, and it does feel like Complexity really want to make something happen.
They have to make it around the map, especially when that. But it's nice to see that they got level 6 on Limp, and then he immediately rotates because he knows he can't push a lane if Misery's gonna get roared.
Oh man.
Hey, you can't talk. You can't talk. Everyone's dead. Last minute.
Oh. Well, 7 minutes in, and they're doing it. I mean, they're pushing out each of these lanes. You talked about it also. Limp, he's got that level 6. He moved up to the top lane and took down that tower with the help of the lone druid. Like, they've got the heroes to make this work, but they just need to keep the pressure up. And you can see that Misery there, placing down the ward, wanted to try and get whatever vision that he could out so that he wasn't going to end up being taken advantage of, and they're not able to dive Resolution. Every little bit of time that he can stay down here and keep this tower alive is just a huge win for them.
Yeah, they just need to make sure they rotate more, make sure they have enough space for Chessie. He just got his Midas and be well on his way towards a Radiance. Normally, and then you have the Alchemist having his armlet already, and now he's gonna go for the Radiance. So this timing window it's normally where Alch will have the Radiance like 6 or 7 minutes before the moment you're in. Mid lane, setting up.
And gonna be able to find Limp. There's the Doom down as well as the Infernal Blade. A lot of damage, and they should be able to run him down. Hanskin actually gonna look and able to get the stun onto Misery. Limp is really tanky. Might not be able to go down. Oh, never mind. Moo is here. He's gonna be able to right-click him down to death, and the Astral Spirit finishes him off. Gonna be able to pull it back now, looking for another one, but there's gonna be the roar coming out from Swindles, and already running him down. Tier 1 tower will stand for the moment, and on the other side, they've got a little bit of another battle going on. And Z-Freak trying to find his way out of here, trying to run down Resolution, is still in a lot of trouble. They ended up being able to take down the tower, but now might end up losing Weehaw as well. Do they have the Frost Blast to try and turn this back? It doesn't look like it, as Weehaw does end up going down. So the final tally, a tower as well as the Dragon Knight gone for complexity, but they lost their Alchemist and that Elder Titan.
Yeah, losing Alchemist like that it's a pretty big blow to the side of DC, where he's supposed to have this better timing, completely free farming around the map, and they can go around the map now. They're doing a really good job now for complexity, setting up everywhere, pushing, pressuring, and at this rate, they'll have a really good opportunity to close this game out before 30 minutes, all things considered. Limp is pressuring bottom tower, he's going for the armlet, should have it up soon, so...
Yeah, and I mean, even though the Lone Druid did end up going back for the Hand of Midas and is probably going to be going into the Radiance, this is all just things that allow them to take towers with impunity. It's a lot like that, oh my god, arrow hits onto this Elder Titan. He's going to take a good amount of damage, my god. I don't know if he's actually going to end up going down, though. It doesn't look like it, but still, just keeping him away from this. This is going to allow them to push in this tower again with impunity. There's nothing really to stop them from taking this.
We really need to have Doom right now. But it's on cooldown. Really fast Doom with phase boots at least. And Scorcher up. Saksa, the defender, has arrived. And that's going to be the harder part for complexity of this game. Even if they get maybe 1 or 2 Aegis, how are they going to crack high ground with the ET, with the acid spray? Are they going to be able to do it or not?
Well, and again, even if you're able to shut them out of their own jungle and start trying to take over in that way, it does feel like maybe you can build enough of an economic lead that it puts you in a good position. Is that something that DC need to be worried about? Like, if they're hemmed up in their base and they're just defending high ground, are they that worried about it? Or do you think that the amount of gold going to the Alchemist just by the nature of his hero is going to be enough that DC feel comfortable just holding high ground?
No, they're comfortable because Complexity's lineup, they heavily rely on Dragon Knight either having a Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger, plus Beastmaster having a Blink Dagger and his Necro Books, so they're able to kill off the Alchemist while he's pushing and farming. So right now, all they're doing is running 5 heroes or 4 heroes at a tower, because that's Complexity's lineup. Swindles. Getting pinged bottom. I mean, we've been watching this for the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Well, he's going to roar, and they also drop out the Moonlight Shadow. Meanwhile, mid lane, it looks like Saksa is going to be initiated on. They get the lift back, and we get the Fade Bolt, as well as a couple of right clicks coming in from Bearman. And with that, I think the TPs are going to signal them that they need to get the heck out of here. And maybe in a little bit more trouble, as they're going to try and burst him down. The Bear is not going to fall, though. And it looks like he should be able to get out of there. I got Poussin back. No harm, no foul. They're going to end up being able to get out.
Swindle could be in trouble bottom. I wonder, one? No, he doesn't have strafe, but still pressuring.
Yeah, just, again, shouldn't pull in. I do have to say, I like the vision advantage that Complexity have got. They've got a pretty nice ward there in the jungle. They're going to be able to place one that's behind the tier 1 tower, so they know what they're going to be getting into. And Limp right now with the Invis rune, this could be the time to strike. If they're able to catch up Moo, and there's going to be the Dragon Tail drop, the jump forward. Oh, that hurts.
You have a short leap, Rana. Not that big at level 1, you know. 6 distance. Fortunately, range creep in front.
Well, As far as this Clinks is concerned, normally you want to see this hero find a couple of pickoffs. The DC have to be worried if they're not getting those with this hero, like as far as his acceleration of farm goes.
I think he's just done a really well balanced job this game. He has the highest CS in the game. He's gone around, tried to make some big plays for his team, and he's farming. So right now he's at a good spot of what he's been able to accomplish so far for Resolution. And yeah, he can set up for a lot of kills. And once he has the Desolator, the supports are just gonna melt, and they have a potential to burst even like Swindles during these situations. You can get off Roar if they have to stun. Bear, hate.
Well, there's a Savage Roar. He yells at him and then runs away. Does not want to get taken down, that's for sure. But yeah, you talk about it, Clinks. He's almost got his level 11 too. So level 2 Death Pact. He's been able to finish off the Medallion of Courage, the Blightstone in the inventory, and looks like with eyes on the prize, Complexity are going to head down towards the bottom lane, seeing if they can make something happen here. And actually, Resolution realizes that they end up going into the ulti form, and he's going to back out, and they might end up being able to find something. Well, no, they're not looking for it.
They had a Sentry scouting out Swindles moving mid lane. And every single time they miss these ganks for Complexity, it's more concerning for them because they're on a timer.
Oh,
and they know where Swindles is.
Dust? Alright, he actually ends up just roaring. Soxka is going to end up going down here, and it's going to be the CM. A lot of damage out from Misery, getting a full duration, and it looks like he's already killed off the bear. Might end up being able to bring off more. No, he didn't kill off the bear. He is going to fall now, though, and Misery just did so much damage in that fight. He is going to end up going down. Oh, a pretty good deny there. Lone Druid ends up being able to eat him, and Chessie now going to get ran down by Rezo. I don't know if he can find this kill. Well, they do have the Astral Spirit and not going to be able to find it. They don't have another Savage Roar, but man, that could have gone a lot worse.
I mean, that was pretty damn bad, actually. Like, the Alchemist has his Radiance, wasn't even at the fight. Bundles got off. CM had the best ulti you're ever gonna see in a Dota game.
They had to buy back for the ET though, so that's one thing that was a little bit frustrating.
Yeah, I can understand it's a little frustrating, but that's still really, it's going DC's side heavily right now.
Okay.
You could just see the gold graph there, spike, and time given. And when your Lone Druid is coming to team fights like that, it's really weird because he's not free farming, he's putting himself in harm's way, not getting all the XP for himself. Swindles is getting hunted.
Oh man, right on top of him here, and this is about as scary as it gets. The stun comes through, and my goodness, he is going to fall. Yeah, I guess I didn't even really think about the fact that that was without Weeha and that engagement at all. They're going to be able to secure him this bounty rune maybe? Now they end up just taking it over for the ET, and scary moment indeed. But Complexity look like they want to try and regroup and push this. Is this a desperation play at this point, or do you feel like there's still an okay situation?
Well, their lineup is this. They have to get towers, but it's just not happening. So
Bear is dead for 30, well 20 now. That hurts when the CM gets to deny. Handskin gonna fall. My god, that's a lot of hate level his way. ET ends up getting the Earth Splitter onto him as well, and Rezo looking for something is gonna be able to find the courier one quick spot, and it goes down. Oh, DC rolling. That was Necro Book level 2, I want to say. Yeah, level 2.
Necro Book 2 for wait, what?
That was on the courier.
Oh yeah. Weehaw just farming. Give me that deck.
Oh,
Fine.
it's a scary thing. So what's the point here next? Do you just go into the Mantis style, or has the build changed all that much for Alchemist since they nerfed the Greevil's Greed interaction with illusions?
Nah. The only way they can nerf that is if they get 0 gold for the Manta.
Okay.
Else it's just nothing, really. It's still a Naga Siren. You're still gonna farm constantly. And then after that, Manta style, Cat style, and Octarine. And then maybe start pooling eggs, or he might still want to go for the AC. I mean, with CM freezing feels like we've seen so far from Misery. No? Eggs, CM first. Let's do it. I'm ready. It looks like Misery's going for a Blink Dagger potentially too for these high level plays.
He's been playing really well so far. They are going to arrow to try and get a little bit of vision, and Misery needs to be careful because the Hawk is scouting as well, and there's going to be the Necro Books already going out. They throw out the Crystal Nova, slowing down that movement and attack speed. It's only level 2 at this point, but going to be able to get out a big Astral Spirit here as well, and there's going to be the stun to get the initiation off. Maybe going to be able to find a little bit more. Slept Up and Swindles is down. The CM ulti is going a ton of damage, and already Hanskin's going to fall. My god, 3 are dead, and it might end up being more very, very soon. Chessie does not have a bear at this point. He's going to get ran down. This has just been a disaster, this last team fight for Complexity. Oh god, they're going to be able to get the stun over on one side. Doesn't end up being able to connect, and maybe Rezo finds this kill on a Z-Freak. One shot, maybe a second. My god, he doesn't have a leap, and he is going to fall. So much damage.
Oh yeah. And now, with Resolution, everyone dead. You get to creep and say hello to my friend, Crush. Who actually takes this? I guess Weehawk. You don't really want to give Flanks and Aegis because normally when he respawns, it'll be deathmatch. Weehawk should take this.
By the way,
that is just why he makes me look bad. Come on. I honestly still think you should put it on Weehawk, but you know, they can do whatever they want. He's like, I want more item slots probably. I want to keep my Quelling Blade. I want my Soap Mask. You
know, and I gotta say also, we should have known with Misery CM, he goes back for the Midas. He absolutely loves this item, and I don't know how I feel about it completely. Like, this is his hero that he does it with, and he goes like Midas into Sheep Stick sometimes, just because he can, and then you've all of a sudden got a CM with the Sheep Stick at like 35 minutes or something. Maybe it's a little bit later than that, but still, it's just kind of ridiculous when you're able to get that late game item.
Yeah, we don't want to see Misery offlane. We love seeing his support. We love seeing his CM. It's what we like. And this is a good steal though for Rubik. When you're playing the hero, you love to get that chemical rage, so you're just tanky, able to stay in the team fights.
You attack faster too. I'm not sure if it's really that significant, but it looks funny at least. I kind of want to see what his model looks like. I've seen that before.
I forget. I recently stole it, and I'm trying to figure out if you grow a little. I can't remember. I think you do. It's been a while. But yeah, this is the timing where it's like, okay, well, Alchemist got his Radiance 10 minutes ago. Now Chessie has his, but you're 10 minutes slower. You only have 30 less CS than the Alchemist, but he's 6 more than you.
It's a scary proposition indeed, and again, as these Aghanim Scepters might be starting to get pooled after this Manta style is finished off, but potentially, I mean, probably still, as you said, going to go off the rain, but Swindle's going to get jumped on. They have the Purge creep, everything. They're farming creeps, and I think that he still does end up falling here, as the Scorched Earth should be enough to finish him off. They tried to get there for the deny, but not quite in time. Oh, that hurts.
This is just looking from bad to worse ASAP. Like, right now, the score 9-6 does not reflect on how bad this game is right now. And let me look at the score. Yeah, 12k net worth right now lead. That's actually like a 25k net worth lead at this stage of the game, because Complexity have to be closing this game out within the next 10 minutes. So it's like 85% not over, but like Complexity need to do something, and it needs to be now, but it's hard because they're constantly split pushing your lanes for DC, and you can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, you said it right there. You need to do something. You can't do something. It's it's kind of a frustrating situation.
Like, welcome to Naga
again.
Indeed. Lyrical. What do we do?
I don't know.
We lose.
We tried. Gaben tried to save us, but we didn't appreciate it in the end. And it does look like with this Smoke Inc moving forward, they're gonna try and secure a tier 2 tower in the top lane. The Bearman is going to head on up here, as does Limp and Z-Freak. If they hit... Oh, God, but there's the scan right away. They realize exactly where they are, and maybe even DC think about taking this engagement. They certainly don't have to. Like, I feel like they could just wait out this for a lot longer, and it wouldn't be that much of a concern for them at all, just building into those later games Aghanim Scepters, but... I don't know, maybe you get complacent and it goes badly. Shadowblade for Doom, this is the play.
He's basically a Clink now, where he can just go anywhere on the map and kill anyone. So you have 2 Clinks on your teams and $1 million man. what recipe for just...
Well, and again, a little bit of a contentious point. Weeha's going to TP in and head up front and center. Mana Style is available if he needs to use that to take stuff off of him. And it looks like they're going to be ready to take this tier 2 tower. A very important fight.
Oh my god, the bear.
Oh my god, the bear is so low. My goodness, Rezo does end up getting hit there, but still does have the Aegis, not too afraid about going down. Weeha continues to hit away at the tower. The damage is just so significant, and now gonna try and chase down Swindles, doesn't quite connect, and they're gonna be able to finish off that Necronomicon Archer. But a tier 2 tower eaten up by the Radiant.
Yep, and still have time. They have 40 seconds left before the Aegis expires. They just got the BKB for resolution, and they're making this gameplay. But yeah, Misery did go back for that Blink Dagger for the positioning thing. They scout out Swindles. 1, 2, great.
Oh, he is going to end up going down there. He's alive on 38 PP. If they can find this kill, this would be absolutely huge, and they're just going to have to push him back for the moment. Jetson taking a lot of damage over to the other side. Saska was able to find the kill. ET doing a ton with that Earth Splitter. Limp just trying to go for the Armor Toggle, but not nearly enough. He gets doomed up in the corner, brought down, and it looks over here to the side like they might end up losing Handskin as well, trying to TP away. A bold effort, but in the end, not nearly enough. And that was the smoke play that they needed. They had to make that one work, but Rezo scouting it out, and it looked for a second there like Swindles was maybe looking ahead, and because of that, didn't spot that his smoke had been broken behind enemy lines.
Yeah, the only way I see Complexity winning the game right now is Weehaw buying an item, and he doesn't have buyback. And then Complexity can then, you know, with all their books, their heavy push. Oh my god, bottom dead.
Moo literally shadow bladed under the tower, just trying to run it through the Mirana. Yeah, like, I can see you, I'm coming for you. He gets a little bit of that, obviously, the bonus movement speed, but still, it's funny to look at.
Well, game is hard. Game is definitely hard. Game is stomped on Limp. Don't miss.
Not quite there as of yet. Yeah, it's a real problem here, and you know, Alchemist keeping a hold of that value quelling blade, but also does have the Octarine core now, so pretty freaking tanky and capable of doing a ton of damage. They're gonna sort of, you know, dot their T's and cross their I's, as the saying goes. I'm sure that's how it goes, as the tier 2 tower is gonna fall in the bottom lane. And the Crimson Guard into the Silver Edge now. Man, Doom is so stacked too. And just everywhere he goes, Resolution looking to try and find a pick-off. He does need to be a little bit careful about sentries.
Yeah, it's just that we're at that point, this game, Lyrical, where it's just like we're grasping at straws to try and help Complexity. This sentry, though, will kill Misery, but when you're killing only the CM, the last 2 engagements, there's a damn big problem on your side.
Well, one thing you could say is that the tier 2 tower goes down for Swindles. He's going to keep pushing this. They need to come and respond, I would imagine. Oh, God, they also need him for the fight, though. Like, yeah, and they're going to bring one back. So this creates a little bit more time for them, as the Elder Titan did end up coming back home. So it's a good play again. Complexity trying to buy as much time as possible. I just don't know also if with more time they end up taking a better fight either. It's such a terrible catch-22 to be caught in.
Alright, we just have to look complete side, click their heroes. I just clicked them all. We have 1 smoke on Rubik, and we have 1 smoke.
Oh, that was really close to a touch play. If Swindles had just been a little bit closer with that dust, it would have been a kill onto the Clinks. Like, again, Complexity are looking for any opportunity here to find this pickoff, and they realize that the game is not completely out of reach. Like, again, as you said, if they push very rapidly if they're able to win one team fight and then build some of that momentum.
Yep, but it's not going to be easy.
No.
Not going to be easy at all. And I don't think DC is going to make any mistakes this game, so at this rate, you're going to have to prepare for Complexity, and we're going to have to start thinking now, Lyrical, like, what is going to be the perfect situation for Complexity to win a team fight? You're going to have to find a way to lock down Clinks, I think, because you're not going to be able to most likely get Alchemist or his Chemical Rage just pop. So we'll just think of that. But then, if you're going on the Clinks, it feels like Saksa is going to be able to do whatever he wants in these team fights by setting up the Echo Stomp. He has Force Staff. I mean, this man is another dead man.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he does end up going down there in the bottom lane. Again, you've got to make these types of plays, though, pushing out the lanes. It's pretty easy to sort of be cynical and say that, you know, this is bad play or whatever by complexity, but I think it really is DC exerting their will and then taking advantage of the good situation they're in. And I also... I think maybe you talked about a way to make it work. If they're able to catch a really good Moonlight Shadow and then have afterwards the instant disable from the Rubik lift, that could be one way to make it happen.
Right, or the blink stun from Limp, maybe an arrow or something, set up things, but it's hard to play when all your lanes are constantly pushed out because they push 3 times faster than you right now for DC around the map, and they have 2 clinks. I'm talking about, you literally have 2 clinks on the enemy teams, or just Doom can go around solo kill anybody with his Doom and a chase potential. Clinks can go around kill anybody, and then you also have the Alchemist who can go anywhere around the map, boosted travel. So Complexity's map control is going to be, sure they might have the vision from the Hawk, but it doesn't matter at all when you have complete map control.
And again, you can see this moment here where Chessie, he has to push out that lane to try and make sure that they're not just all being pushed in at once. I mean, already top is being pushed in, but every time he does that, he also puts himself at risk. And they're actually apparently just going to run at everybody in the world. They toss it out, and Swindle's looking for some more. He's going to be able to find on Nemu. They have the follow-up stun, but the Urge Splitter, it's going to be pretty big. It catches onto 2, and they've got everything coming out now. He's up on the high ground. Oh, we did a lot of damage before they ended up breaking it. My God, Clinks with the triple, maybe going to be able to go for more. Oh my.
And buyback status, yeah. That was like the last play of the game, pretty much.
All right, yeah, GG ends up getting called, and they realized that at that point, there was one last opportunity for them. It didn't work out. DC take game number 1. A very interesting dynamic here in this best of 3. What's your thoughts moving into the second one?
That was in my opinion, that was a pretty big stomp coming in from DigChaos, and that was a pretty big outpick in my mind. It's not necessarily an outpick if Complexity can end the game, as said before like the 25-30 minute mark, but they just have a very hard time of actually shutting down the Alchemist. And then when you actually have Alchemist plus ET,
and they just barely killed the Lion, whereas the Lifestealer was like a sure thing. So it feels like the fight could easily have been a lot worse for MVP, not a lot better. Like, they weren't anywhere near to the fight being better than it was. They were quite close to being worse, and it wasn't even that good.
Yeah.
So this is the